called in
to Box and Brews, you might hear something
you can use.
like tips on your cash or tips on the suds.
You're gonna want to
The
use
smarts of these stuff.
because they know the brews.
And they know the box, and they know they can't help the stubborn fucks.
So listen up, because shit's not funny.
And save yourself some
Beer money. Bucks.
and brews.
Bucks and
Bucks
And
brews.
brews.
Bucks and Brews.
Welcome back to Bucks and Brews. Hey, Nick, we're 2 weeks in a row. Do we get a prize?
I think so. I'm going to celebrate tonight by taking myself to dinner.
I'm not going to have a drink because I drank way too much yesterday because I hate my fucking job. And a lot of the people I work for.
Yay, drinking. So I just didn't stop and grab anything. And so,
My wife encouraged me last night. She goes, "You want to get drunk?" And I'm like, "I kind of do."
oh, okay. So, yeah, she definitely helped you with that.
Yeah. And she gave me permission and I drank Mas tequila.
Yeah. I did a lot on Monday, a networking conference and all that. And so, it's funny because my wife will look at it as like me just screwing around and doing whatever. But, from me going to this networking event, and yes, I'm talking, I'm doing what I do well, but I have a huge lead that I'm working on.
You're getting hit on again.
Thanks, man. Nah, it's a cute guest. Nah, we'll introduce our guest here in a minute. But right, so like within the first hour of me being there, I basically land like this huge, huge thing for me, which never happens. 10 years I've been doing this, like doesn't. So I'm talking with him. We do, I'm doing lunches, networking, doing all this. Then at night we go out to the after event. We close down that bar, and then like 6 of us go to another bar to eat some food and do stuff. But at that table, I'm sitting, and I looked at my wife and I said, "Look, in the 5 other people besides myself, there's probably at least a $600 million net worth between those people. You know how much knowledge I can get from them guys, and we all know." When you're drinking, you give away knowledge for free.
Oh, yeah.
It's some of the best knowledge I've ever gotten. So yeah, I'm going to sleep deprive myself. I'm going to engage in this. I'm going to do this because they're living the life that I'm living. These guys are talking about how I'm going to we went to Oktoberfest and we did this and we did, and then we went over to here. And it's like, yes, literally when I say they do what they want when they want, that's, you have to work on your business, but there it is. So we do have a guest tonight though that apparently is cute, according to TikTok.
It's my wife.
Yeah, but that doesn't count. You have to tell everybody. You could have taken another credit. And,
Oh, yeah.
What do you say at the beginning of the episode, though, Nick?
as always, like, subscribe, share, tell your friends, tell your family. We appreciate you guys listening to us.
Okay, so go ahead. Introduce our guest.
Nope. His wife can do it. Tell her to come on.
She's busy right now watching.
So we have a special guest tonight that we are going to be talking about starting a business, working for yourself. So, John, how are you and what are you drinking?
Fiji
Fiji what?
water.
Fiji fancy rich people water. Like this is when you know you're doing well. We were talking about this off air. So tell us a little bit about yourself, where you're from, what you're doing, and why you're here on Bucks and Brews.
I don't know why I'm here.
Okay.
But
because David told you to be.
David told me to. So I guess what I do, I own a HVAC company. We do named Breathe Easy Heating and Cooling. We try to focus on indoor air quality, advanced air quality rather, HVAC solutions. So a lot of the work that we do, we go in and test your home for carbon dioxide, VOCs, chemicals basically that are in the air. And a lot of the work we do is also with mold. We don't test for the mold, but on an HVAC side, we see mold all the time. Most people doesn't affect them. It doesn't affect me really that much, but a lot of the calls we get are health-based. So by the time I'm coming in there, they've already had 3 other companies come out. HVAC system works fine. Change your filter every 4 months. You're good to go. We come in with like top of the line air quality equipment. We can test and kind of build like a tailored solution for your home based on this, the symptoms that you have and the issues that we find. A year ago I would have said, yeah, all this is fine, but now the clientele that we work with, we have to be some of these people are hypersensitive to some of these issues. So, again, they've talked to 5, 6 people sometimes, and everyone's just saying everything's fine, it's all in your head, or it's anxiety or stress, whatever. You're getting old. Um, there's nothing wrong here. And again, we come in, we can prove with data, with facts, that there is an issue and we can resolve it. This is how we, approach this. And everyone's different. That's the thing too, is again, not everyone's hypersensitive to some of this stuff. So we don't always have to come in and um, it's not always the same one size fits all kind of a thing. But what we do is prove there's an issue beforehand, introduce our solution, and prove it immediately afterwards. I mean, these are immediate results with the equipment that we have. We do air quality testing, radon testing and mitigation, water filtration, water testing. So again, we're proving everything with facts and with data, not just telling you need a bunch of crap and selling you. We actually lose a lot of money proving other people otherwise that you don't need this, that this is actually the issue. And we can, a lot of times this is just fan speed settings on your furnace. We can go in and change, flip a switch and now your furnace is dialed in properly. You're moving more humidity from the air. You don't need a dehumidifier, for example. So there are a lot of things like that. We go in and a lot of it is actually just consultation as well. We can just look at it and say, yeah, this is what's wrong, and we can fix that here in a couple of minutes. This is what we recommend. This is $100 fix versus a $5,000 fix. You don't need a new furnace or AC,
Sure.
Um,
But you guys doing HEPA air filters and all that type of stuff?
yeah, a little bit of everything. Filtration is a big thing. It's not just about keeping the air clean that you're breathing necessarily. It's keeping the equipment clean as well. And not even on a mechanical side, while that's going to increase the lifetime of your equipment. But what we found is the more dust that gets past that filter because it isn't installed properly, or the filter itself isn't in there, the right way. You're getting dust past that. It's going to build up in your evaporator coil. That's for your AC side. Well, that's what it's doing, is pulling your humidity from the air. That has moisture. If you've got particulate matter on there, dust, it's going to grow mold. So we try to, everything that we do, we try to not only fix the problem, but prevent this going forward. And we have ways of doing that as well.
So are you own a company? You've started your LLC?
Yep.
You're running are you full-time, or are you still with another company?
Yeah, so I was with another company for not quite 3 years. This is my 11th year in the trade. But I was with this company for almost 3 years, and we just left on actually Friday of last week was our last. Was my
Good for you.
Yeah, thank you.
Shoot, so full-time.
Yeah.
Here it is. So
Yeah.
what does that take to leave guaranteed money, somebody doing all the sales, right? And just a guaranteed paycheck to, hey, I want to do my own sales. I want to sell my own way, my own products. I want to do things. So, how do you walk that transition?
To be honest, I thought it would be hard, but this is something I've wanted to do for a long time. I wanted to be or have another HVAC company, but I didn't want to be like everybody else. And I had my own issues in my own home with air quality, and that's what I was like, this is it. I can't find anyone that does what we do to the level that we do it. And that's what's important to me, is I'm tired of putting in shit work, and telling everyone to change your filter every few months and call it good. That just doesn't sit right with me. We want to make money as a business, but most of the time we're thousands underneath what everyone else is. I want to do stuff the right way, not the quick, fast, cheap way, the most profitable way necessarily. Even that's not what's important to me. I'm gonna make money because I know what the work that I do. People want me to come out to do their work. They're willing to pay more for it, but I still don't. Still not charged. That's, again, I'm not financially driven. I just honestly 100% genuinely I like to help people. A lot of these jobs, like I actually just finished a job a couple of weeks ago. The owner of the company actually had to leave a little bit early, and I was there till 9:30 at night. I was working my ass off in a crawl space, and it was an hour south from the house. I was like, but I cranked out the work. I was a little frustrated. I was just so damn tired. Um, but we got everything turned on. We got the new system that we put on, and I could test immediately afterwards, and all the numbers were just they were spot on. And I immediately just felt better. I'm like, man, this is why I do it. I wouldn't be able to do this if it's honestly a little bit selfish, to be honest. Like I want to help people, but the feeling that I get from it, that's what motivates me. That's what drives me because I know that I'm helping people. This is not just heating and cooling anymore. This is health-based solutions. And when someone calls me the next day and says, they haven't dreamt in 5 years since they moved into this new home, and they had the most vivid dream that they've had in the last 5 years because of the air quality in the home. Their kids, they're not having to bring their kids to the hospital anymore. They're not having health issues. They wake up, they feel energetic. That's what's important to me. Because like I said, I'm not helping. It's not just heating and cooling anymore. It's more than that. And it sounds weird for me to think this, but I'm doing this with HVAC. It's crazy to me. So it's really just really motivating for me, I guess, to do this. It hits on a different level. I mean, it's put me to tears, to be honest. It's just I'm very passionate about it. I'll just put it that way, I guess.
And that passion, I mean, from the words is showing, right? So, um, but I guess, so how do you take the jump from leaving a company making, what were you care to share what you were making over there?
Yeah, about 34 an hour.
34 an hour. Okay. So you're guaranteed 34 an hour. They were keeping you busy, I mean, until 9:30 at night, right? Or, and so you had steady work. How do you transition? How do you say, I want to do this on my own and leave, because were they giving you benefits?
No.
No benefits. Okay. Were they giving you days off?
Yeah, we had some PTO.
Okay. So you had PTO. So you're leaving PTO and you're leaving guaranteed 34 bucks an hour.
Mm-hmm.
You have no clients. Well, I mean, you might have built up, but like you have nothing to start. We're going to talk about your new purchase here in a minute, but like, how do you do that?
Well, since March, I think we've kind of taken off, so that really helped quite a bit. Really, we've got some new partnerships. Kind of actually what I was talking about with the mold side. We're not mold. We don't test for mold.
Sure.
I can see particulate matter in the air, so I can say there could be mold here. We can investigate that a little bit more, but I don't test for mold. We've got another company that we work with that does that, and we actually work with another company that comes in and remediates. They'll get rid of the mold or their side of things. So
A friend of mine owns a mold remediation company. So
so that's what really helped transition.
So you started the company while working for another company, and that leads you to. So you were building that beforehand, so it helps smooth that transition pretty good. So, okay, so you didn't just wake up and go, oh, I want to start this, and I can do this on my own, kind of thing, right?
Yeah, it's been a long journey. I mean, even honestly, like the air quality and the water filtration, I've got a bit of a background in that, but not remotely close to what I got now. I mean, all of last year, we started in June of last year. So I did a ton of research, got multiple certifications, and honestly, with the HVAC background, the air quality for me, everything made sense. It was easy for me to really pick that up, and I could just take off with it. So yeah, this year, like I said, that really made that a lot easier working with these other companies.
So you had, were you working for a big company?
No, I think they've got 7. I mean, they're 7 employees. I think
And they had an office. Did they have a warehouse?
pretty small company.
Okay,
Yeah.
so you guys, you were going to pick up your product as you needed it for the thing. They didn't just have it stored at a warehouse or
Yeah,
anything.
pretty much. Yeah.
So, so you're gonna continue that transition. You're not gonna get a warehouse of things and
I've got a pole barn, honestly, that I don't really have if I have to store stuff, that's where it's gonna be at, I guess. But no, we're not. I don't see myself doing that, at least right now. I mean, it depends on how, how we move forward, how big we get, I guess. But it's important to me to be able to offer what I offer at a reasonable price. I'm trying to keep overhead down as much as possible. And that's why, even the co-owner, we've both have over a decade of experience in this. When we come out, the owners of the company are coming out, we're working on the equipment, not just because companies say, "Well, we've been we've been in business for 50 years." Like, okay, cool. You sending out a 6-year-old tech to work on this? No, you're going to get a new guy that's been in the trade for 2 years, and those are people I work behind. I'm not saying I don't make mistakes, but it's less significantly less likely.
So you're saying co-owner as in the business that you started, you have there's a partnership.
Yeah.
Oh,
He is the
walk me
son.
through this.
He's the son of the previous business that I came from.
Oh,
And
really?
and we're the two senior techs of the other company. So
You took the man's son
Yeah.
from his own day. Walk me through this. Oh my God.
I'd like that.
Jesus.
well, he actually has moved. He's left the company 3 different times. He lived in Ann Arbor with another HVAC company,
Okay.
and I talked him into coming back because of this company. So he's with this other company right now for the time being. So he hasn't come over to
Okay.
BDC 100% yet. We're working on that now. And that's a big jump too. I'm doing a lot of the work right now, and a lot of the financial side. So I'm trying to make it make sense for him to come over. Because again, we're really just now, really within the last couple of months, really starting to get like very busy. We just want to make sure this is a consistent thing. He's got a family.
Yeah.
I don't want to be like, oh yeah, come over here, and then next month, we're slow. HVAC, typically we have slow seasons. People aren't using the furnace, they're not using their AC. This is air quality side, and a lot of this is untested, I guess, and that's really what was so hard to kind of get this off the ground last year was just the research, the branding, marketing, whatever, website design, stuff like that. But again, like I said, at the beginning, not everyone has an issue with air quality. Or maybe not to the extent that other people do. By the time I come in, a lot of times someone's already been having issues. They've like, man, I've been to the doctor for weeks or for months, and now I'm finally going to call somebody to take a look at it. So it's kind of a interesting niche, I guess.
What does the structure look like with you and your business partner? So if he's working over there, you just said you're working, and financially it's kind of on you. What does the structure look like?
We're still kind of figuring that out, actually. So
There's some things I know only off of one question, and I'm just like,
it
man.
depends. It depends. So we just talked about this. So honestly, some of these jobs are big. We've got, well, for us they're big. I don't know, but they're $30,000 jobs. It doesn't mean that's profit. It's a 30,000 job that's going to take us, probably a couple days, 3 days, 4 days maybe to finish this up. We're going to split that differently. We originally actually were doing this 50-50.
Okay.
Even though I was still fronting more of the costs, I don't mind. I'm trying to get the company running. Again, I'm passionate about it. I want to get this going. So, but I didn't feel that I wanted to pull money from him. He's got his own family. On the other hand, we're kind of to a point now where we're trying to figure out where it might be like a more of a 60-40 split. And we might even be more than that because we're trying to invest more and more into the company. Now that we're starting to grow more, we've got more, we just bought a truck. So, things like that where I'm covering that basically. Or
Sure, the company is.
Right.
Yeah.
So,
I believe at Break Room we're 70-30.
okay.
I'm a 30% owner here. Dawn asked what I wanted. I'm like, do whatever you need to do. It really didn't matter to me. She's my wife, so whatever. It's not like if we split up or anything, I'm doing the sewer for part of Break Room.
Yeah.
Maybe if she ran off with Nick or
Let's say
something.
she gets half of your 401k and you get 30% of break room therapy. Well,
I might be living off that 403B pretty soon here.
So, all right. So you guys haven't talked about that.
We have. It's just
It's
just complicated, I suppose.
in structure. Okay.
Yeah, because some of these jobs, let's say we made $1,000 in profit.
Yep.
we can split that. I don't really care, honestly. I tell a lot of people I can sell anything. Honestly,
Mhm.
I suck at asking for money.
Okay.
I'll do a big job and it's like, yeah, hey, I need, $5,000. That's, I'm not, for me, I'm like, hey, can I get that paycheck today?
Right.
I already worked my ass off for 3 days. I've worked, I
Mm-hmm.
worked 19-hour nights some nights before to get, equipment in. So I've got no problem working, but it's like when it comes to that paycheck time, I don't know. So the same thing with,
Do you want advice on that?
I'll get there. I think it's gonna take time. It's more of
so,
a,
so this is going to be it's just quick, simple
Yeah,
advice,
yeah,
right?
yeah.
What you're going to do is you're going to create your contract, and it's going to spell everything out. This is all hypothetical. I don't know how your company works. Feel free to fix whatever. But okay, go to David. You need a furnace AC. It's a $10,000 job. You guys require $5,000 up front.
Mhm.
You require $5,000 when the job is completed.
Mhm.
So plain and simple, David. Hey David, all right, this contract states I need $5,000 up front. Once I get that, I can order the parts and we can have that scheduled. Boom. Okay, you get that, you get your things scheduled, you complete the job, you go, all right, hey customer, I am done. Here's the contract that we've both signed. There's still a remaining balance. So the contract's the one that states it. It's not you asking for it, it's the contract asking for it, right? So it takes it off of you asking for the money. It's the contract. All right, hey, we're all set. We'll finish this up here with this, right? Because it's not sales, right? You're done selling. You did all the things. It's all right. We need to settle this up. So take it off of you and make the blame on a piece of paper. It'll help you so much more into asking for the money, right? Versus me going up to David and going, "Oh, it's my $5,000." You're like, they just finished. I'm sweating. Let's go. So just finish it up with that, right? So and if you structure it out with a $30,000 job, which is quite a bit of money, hey, you have, if you're going to go work for Blue Bay Capital, sorry, that's who I worked for, right? A property management company. They, they're going to say, hey, we don't pay right in the job. We pay at the end of the week or we pay a 30-day thing, right? So then it's, hey, per contract, 30 days, right? Please mail check here or whatever, right? And then if it doesn't come, then that's where you're going to have to be the one to be like, hey, 30 days hit. We need
Yeah.
this.
So tangent time.
Yeah.
Need a new roof down in Plainwell.
Oh, that sucks.
So I saw Marv last week, and he goes, "Yeah, I had to have a new roof put on my place." And I remembered Jr., who we coached his daughter. I thought he was in roofing or something. So I asked Jenny for his number, and Jenny sends it to me. He goes, "Everybody else was like, no, I'm good. Everybody else was like $15,000 for a roof for Marv's place. Jr. came out, quoted it. Let's say it was an 8. So I told Marv, I'm like, hey, give me JR's number. I need to get him, send him a text. So I did. And I don't think he realized who he was talking to at first. So he goes down and he looks at my mom's place and he sends over the contract. And of course, it says exactly what Nick said. Half is due up front, half is due at completion. Now, they're not asking for half up front because he sent me a text a day or so ago and he's like, hey, everything's getting delivered on this date. The guys will be there on Saturday. They'll have the whole thing done in a day. And I'll come on Sunday after church and pick up the check. So because he knows who he's dealing with, it's one of those things where he's like, he wasn't that worried about the money.
Yeah.
So he'll just come pick it up on Sunday. No big deal.
Let's say same my roofer, right? He's like, Nick, all right, we need this. And I'm like, all right, I'm having a kid, but I need a roof on this house before I can get a tenant in. And I was like, look, I need to meet you because I don't know when this kid's coming, right? Like, here, I don't want to have to be in the hospital, have you done. He's like, Nick, you would just follow through. I'm not worried about it. But I was like, no, I am though, right? Like, because you said you wanted t-shirts for she knows how long I haven't done anything, right? Like horrible at following through. So like when you put that blame on and setting it up, hey, we have scheduled for Monday. We should be completed Monday, expecting the check there. So just put that blame back on a piece of paper. It's so much easier for you.
Well, this is geared more towards our split, I guess.
Sure.
Like, I don't know how to word it really. So I did a mini split yesterday.
Yep. Do mini splits.
I
Did you really?
Yeah. I did one by myself, just all day. Well, actually, it took me 2 days. I'm not handling all that. That was just a pain in the ass job.
What?
I need a mini split at my cabin.
There you go.
Now you know
So-
somebody.
We could do some trading. Stay at my cabin.
So but I did this mini split by myself.
Yeah.
For this guy, it was
Can I interrupt?
Yeah.
Because I'm an idiot. What the fuck is a mini split? Because I'm sure we have listeners that are sitting here going, I don't know what these guys are talking about. So explain, please.
A mini split is a ductless AC
Furnace.
furnace. Yeah, I guess basically. I don't know, furnace.
So if you ever walk into a place and there's a big, usually it's white. I guess I don't think I've ever seen them non-white, but like right a thing on the wall that looks like a window AC, but
Yeah.
long and thin. That can heat and cool
Okay.
in the exact same element. You just don't have to. You don't have all your vents getting it. It just runs through one thing.
Okay.
So,
Yeah.
Sucks. Now I'm gonna have you go up to Bitely when you have some free time.
Okay.
So,
But I did the mini split by myself
Yeah.
because I could have had my co-owner come over and help me out.
Mhm.
The point was I did it by myself because we profited probably $1,300.
sure.
It's still a long. I mean, that's pretty good for a mini split. But
Yeah.
the point was instead of saying, "Hey, can you come help me out with this? I can give you a couple $100 because I really need to put some money into the company. I'm gonna do it by myself. I'm not really making that much money on it. A lot of that money is going back into the company. I've got stuff to buy. So that's why I was saying, with him, I don't mind helping him out. He's got girls, he's got a family, he's going through a divorce right now. So I'm trying to do what I can to push the business forward instead of saying, hey, we made $1,000 on this job. I can give you $200. That just doesn't make sense to me. So I'll work my ass off to benefit the company.
In for
The money will come. I mean, that's the thing.
But you are in for a night if you maintain
Yeah.
type of an idea. And I mean this from the bottom of my heart,
No,
right?
yeah, I
Like,
understand.
oh, hey, you're acting as two separate companies that are helping each other, kind of a thing, right? Versus treating it as one company, right? Because one company gets the money and says, hey, this.
Yeah.
Because right now you're like, hey, I'm funding. I could have had him come over to help and do that, but like as a company, hey, we brought in this amount of money. This is what gets paid. 50-50 split at that point, right? Because, if futuristically, and again, I hate hypotheticals, but like we go into the future, we're doing very, very well. He decides, hey, I'm taking my kids to spring break, and you work over spring break, and he does nothing. You're going to go, well, I'm keeping all of this. Or, hey, I'd like 2 weeks off, and he works. You're gonna have to keep constantly going, oh well, I work this job, you work this job, and your books are just gonna be a nightmare at that point, right? Versus, hey, when structure however you want, but figure out a structure. Because right now it should be, hey, all right, we are funding. I want to get into your truck here in a second. We are funding the company, right? So yes, because is that your only expense right now is the company that you're not getting money up front to pay, right? Oh, and your LLC and your licenses.
Yeah, we get money up front.
Sure.
Yeah.
So like, you're not funding machines without somebody paying for the install itself.
Right.
So
Yeah.
it's kind of a self. But sorry, I lost my train of thought. But what you're structuring is, hey, we need to pay this truck, right? So we're going to take 10% of each job, 10, 80% of the profit is going, well, so taxes come out because you're going to make that. So take away, you can roughly guess, right? You're going to be in the 27, 33% taxile bracket, whatever. Put that away. Boom. Now we have, let's go 30, right? So on this one, $1,000 of profit. We put away 30 for taxes. We have $7,000 left. You're going to get 10%, which is $70. I'm going to get $70 as us as a partners on the job, and then the other 600, $580, $540. Sorry,
7 and 7's 4. 14.
Sorry, 560. $560 is going to pay that truck. And so you've only profited $70 as your paycheck for that profit of that one install. And he profited the exact same. So every job he does, boom, boom. Even if he gets that $1,000, he does it. He gets 70, you get 70. You both did, even though you did nothing, he did the work, whatever. Because at the end of it, you should both be doing the same amount of work, whether yours is office and selling and his is installing, or whether he sells and you install, right? In theory, a 50-50 should be a 50-50, kind of a thing. And then everything, hey, we have to pay this truck off. He's going to come in. He's going to need a truck. Both of you will head up that exact same thing and say, all right, we're paying this truck. The company is paying this truck off. That is our number one priority. Boom. Now we're back to our split of this. We get our distribution from the company itself, right? So you take 10% ownership type, but structure that, because otherwise, man, I'm telling you, you're just going to get yourself into a world. And as you said, like right now, what I find, what I see over time is you're a very passionate person, which you can tell, and I love that. That's great. Like he's got kids, he's got things. There's always going to be things in your life, and there's always going to be things in his life. And you know what? Right now, you care so much about him, but there is going to be a time where you're going to go, fuck, you're being lazy, or whatever it might be, right? Like he's going to go, well, I can just go do this and not have to deal with you. Like there's so much. So if you just have it written out, hey, this is what it is. Like, get that written down.
I think we're working towards that. Like really up to this point, I mean, frankly, it's been, and nothing against him. Like I said, this is just how it's gone. We're probably at like 80%. Like I've done 80% of the work, the funding. He doesn't even do the air quality side at all.
Sure.
So, but I have to have him too. I'm not. So we're going to get there. He's gonna train towards that. Do whatever we got to do to get on the same ground. But even with the ownership of the company, we just signed paperwork like Friday actually, like literally just Friday. Once we get paperwork from the lawyer, he'll be a part owner. So up to this point, I've been 100% ownership.
Sure.
So
you have it written out in that paperwork what his ownership is?
Yeah.
Okay. So
that's what I'm saying is like we're working towards that. I understand what you're saying, and that's kind of where I'm at. Is like I know it'll get better. It's the same thing with even charging people. I mean, I don't know how many times I've just been like, you know what, I'll do it for $500.
Right.
It should be $1,000 job, but you know what, I don't know. It'll work out. Like a lot of our service calls are maybe $100. Honestly, it's a $60 trip charge. I'll go out and fix something in 20 minutes. But you know what, $100, I don't care. But I'm investing in people is how I see it. I want to build those relationships. I'm not trying to go out and nickel and dime everybody. That's what I started the business in the first place, or a large portion of it. I'm sick and tired of going out and fixing something, and it take me 15 minutes. I can replace that part. I'm literally there and out in 15 minutes, and that part cost me $30. And any other company, we're like, here's a $350 bill. That just pisses me off. So I don't care necessarily about the service costs or of me going out and fixing something. I want to be the guy that they call back for those installs. That's where we make our money, on those mini splits or the furnace or AC. That's where every company and HVAC side makes their money. And that's why a lot of companies now won't even. I just did a job 2 days ago. They said they called 8 companies to come out and just cap a gas line. I went out there and I was there for maybe 35 minutes. I do some other stuff too, but I was like $100. Well, guess what? She's got a 40-year-old furnace. Guess who's getting the furnace installed?
Right.
Because the other companies were like, oh, like that's not even worth our time to go out and even put a cap on this because it's such a quick job. They weren't even interested in. But like I said, it's not about that for me. I want to invest in the people, in the relationships that I build, and not only doing that, but when I put the equipment in, I'm going to do it the right way, not the cheap, fast, quick way. Everything's going to be buttoned up. It's going to be done how it should be. So,
well, I can tell you, it doesn't matter who your partner is. So obviously, my partner is my wife, and hard to believe sometimes we don't get along.
Couldn't believe it.
I couldn't believe it either. So there was a time early on in break room where I was working all of the shifts here because she had to keep making money. So she was still doing shipped and delivering groceries and you make your money on the weekends doing that. And I was working break room. And she came in one day and we're working together. And she got pissed at me for something. And she goes, you know what? You're a shitty employee. I would never hire you. I said, you're a shitty boss. I don't fucking get paid. I do this shit to help you.
Yeah.
And you treat me like shit half the time when you're here. And it kind of caught her off guard.
Yeah.
Because you're gonna come into those situations where you just aren't getting along for whatever reason, no matter who you're with. And sometimes you need that little head check of yeah, that's great. We both have a piece of this, but at the same time, you need to value what that other person is bringing.
Right.
I know John and I have talked. I'm gonna start doing his books.
There you go.
We need to sit down and figure out all of the bills, what money needs to be thrown where, and I think that'll help you and your partner as well figure out a better split on this is where everything's going.
And he's been fine. He has even offered, I mean, actually just recently said, you know, like, I'll go out and I'll work for free. Like, if that's what it means, if that means, you know, working towards the company, he wants to contribute. He wants to pitch in. Like I said, he's going through a divorce. So like I said, that's kind of why we're at right now. So I think things will work out.
So he needs to make $0.
Yeah. So, but now we're at a point, you know, and not only that, but, you know, we're still growing. So the big thing was getting consistent work. You know, now in my mind, I've been just like hyper motivated about this from the beginning. I mean, I'm up at 1 o'clock in the morning just researching stuff because I want to learn. I want to know everything about it. I want to be the best. Like, so with him, it really wasn't until probably this year that he was like, oh shit, like, okay, this sounds amazing, you know? So now he's like fully on board, and I completely get that too. You know, it's hard for someone that doesn't even know what the hell, they don't even know what air quality is. Like I said, he's been in HVAC longer than I have. And a lot of this stuff, you know, we talked to a lot of the other, you can talk to a lot of other HVAC companies like, oh, this is bullshit. You know, then, okay, well, cool. Well, my $20,000 worth of air quality equipment proves you otherwise. They're just stubborn, I guess. So with this side of things, it's now that he's seeing it, how it works and why it works, and talking to people that we've helped, and seeing a big difference. You know, now you're like, oh shit, now I can see this is why we do what we do. And he's all in. So that was a kind of a big hurdle, I guess. It's hard to.
Well, thanks for the gifts, guys.
You've been in, you know, HVAC, some HVAC companies, you know, guys have been here for 30 years, and you talk to them and you're like, what you're doing is wrong. It's not right.
So, you know, and there's large companies here that I can't stand, right? I mean, they'll, you know, I think we called back when I was younger, right? And it was, switch, right? So, the evap switch. Yeah, and that was like, you know, it's a $10 part, and they're like, oh, your furnace is old, you have to replace it. I don't have a crack blower motor. I don't have it. Like, really? You want me to over a switch or a regulator? Like, no, I'm not. We'll just fix this. And you know, oh hey, come out. You know, they're ones on the billboards, and it's funny, their salesmen dress in white, and their workers actually dress in blue because everyone's getting dirty. You know, if a guy shows up wearing white, he ain't getting his hands dirty.
Nope.
All right, like say, you know, the only people that wear white are painters. So, but you know, there's a lot of companies that their intent is only to make money, right? So the fact that your why is greater than that, it's why you'll be successful, right? And there's a million HVAC companies out in this world.
Yeah.
It's the ones that care that matter, right?
I mean, those are the people you're going to call back
Sure.
because they actually gave a shit.
Yeah.
I mean, John's come to our house at like 10:30 at night to help fix an AC problem.
Yeah.
You know, it's lucky that I have that in.
Yeah.
But you know, I'm talking to Chris, I'm texting Christy, and she's like, all right, I got to call you. And she calls me and she's like, tell John what's going on. And we tell him, he's like, yeah, I'll be there in an hour. Okay, great.
Did you fix Caitlin's?
Yeah,
Yes.
Or hydro furnace. Yeah.
It was fun. Just squirting water.
Nick was the first one to come over.
Yeah.
Says I didn't know what the fuck to do.
No, I say it's, and that's just it, right? People, you're going to give above and beyond service, right? HVAC, they work 24/7, 365 days out of the year. It's a thankless job, but yours, you're making it so that you get thanked because those people feel it right away. So, we talked about it a little bit last week. I was not expecting did you guys call it a van?
It's a van.
I don't know. I call it a truck because it
It's
sounds. I don't want to say a van. It sounds like a mom van.
This thing is a box truck.
Yeah,
It's
it's
just
fucking
No,
huge.
no, it's worse. It's an Amazon truck.
Yeah.
really, yeah.
Like literally.
It's got a
had-
roll up door.
Yeah.
So all right, walk me through, and this seemed like a shit.
Christy has a good point. John can't get outsourced to India like her and I are.
Yeah. What?
Get outsourced to India.
Oh, yeah. Right.
I mean,
Well,
maybe he can.
I-
I don't know. I sat through an entire like AI thing. Besides AI of just computer that we see, like there's actual robots already currently coming. They're saying this year, within the next 6 months, you will be able to purchase a robot that you can talk to. It's gonna have a battery. It'll last up to 5 hours. You have to recharge it, but you'll be able to have it do cleaning. You'll have,
I want a cleaning robot.
and so Elon's creating one.
I don't want that one.
And then there's a couple other companies, but they're trying to get them down to about $30,000, right?
No, I don't want one that bad.
Yeah, same. But and then that's the talk though. Currently the ones I learned about is like it can lift 25 pounds. So yeah, but eventually these things will be able to lift, right? An entire thing, and the install will be robotic, so it'll be done. A robot would do it, right? And everything will line, everything will be perfect. If it doesn't feel a perfect tightness, it'll shave down what it needs to. And so, technology is going to just become apps. So I'm not saying yours won't, they will always have that personal interaction, right? So,
Do we want to get into the shit show that was the van?
I do. I'd love to. If you guys want to get into it, I'd love to figure this. This is fun.
So John and I met a couple weeks ago, just to discuss, hey, would I be willing to help get a van?
Yeah.
Cool. Went out to dinner, discussed things. I'm like, yeah, just send me what you find. So he found this one in Missouri, and he sent it to me. And like a couple days later, he's like, all right, what are we doing? I'm like, I don't know. What are we doing? He's like, well, this is the one I want. Okay. So I went and, I filled out the credit app that their website takes you to. And of course I get approved. So I'm talking to these people, and then John gets a hold of them, and he's like, well, maybe I could get approved with you as a co-signer. I'm like, yeah, that's fine. Do that. So he puts in the information, but had to do it twice because he made a mistake the first time. So now my credit's been run 3 times.
Yep.
And if you know anything about credit, the more it gets run, the less likely they are to approve you.
Right.
So I get on the phone with these people on the Saturday because this was Friday, and they're like, well, no, you have to be here. I'm like, I'm not coming to Missouri.
Right.
Well, if you're on it, you have to be here. So John and I are talking, and John's like, fuck it. It's going to be expensive if we're both flying down there and then driving back. He goes, I'll just have him ship it. Fuck it. Okay, cool. So Monday, he's on the phone with them, and now they're calling me again. Hey, we got to run your credit again. I'm like, what the fuck you mean you got to run it again? Oh, we didn't get all the information and all this other shit. Now, mind you, as far as I'm concerned, this fucking company is supposed to be the experts, right? Because they have a company that finances you for vehicles, right? So, fine, run it again. But one more fucking time, that's it. What did they? 3 times they ran the fucking thing. And then they called John, and they're like, yeah, you guys can't even get approved for this type of vehicle because of the type of vehicle that it is.
Right.
How did you not fucking know that before you ran my information 3 more fucking times? So we started, all right, what other options do we have to get the money for this van? And we kind of exhausted a bunch of them, and we ended up figuring it out. It's not a great solution, but the solution works. Okay. And I really preferred it just on my credit.
Yeah.
So like John and somebody close to me are talking and they're figuring out the money thing, and I get a message from Discover, hey, take out a loan. Favorable rates. Cool. Let's see what their rates look like. They denied me for too many inquiries.
Yeah.
Now I'm fucking pissed. Long story short, they did knock off a couple $1,000s for being douchebags.
Yep.
John flew down on Saturday.
Yeah, I woke, geez, yeah, 3 o'clock in the morning. I woke up a Saturday, flew down, got there around 11:30, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And drove straight back.
Did they pick you up or they Uber you?
I did a lift,
A lift, yeah. So,
and then I went to work Sunday.
Yeah. Yeah. I say
An hour or so.
But you have it. It's financed.
Yeah.
It's here.
Mhm.
So how do we end up financing?
I'd rather not get into that specific on here.
Okay. But it's
It's not illegal by any means.
yeah, no, I say, but it's just people and things. And
Yep.
so but we have a payment on this.
Yes.
And now so did it go into your business name?
Yeah.
I heard that was a little bit of a fiasco.
Yeah.
Yeah.
With-
We're trying to figure out all that as well.
Yeah. So your business accounts, are you running them through credit union or are you
Yeah.
running? Okay.
Yeah.
And are you running a business credit card?
Not yet.
Okay.
We're gonna actually, if I ever get the time, I
Yep.
mean, I don't, every time I think I've got a day off, I don't.
Sure.
So, yeah, we ever have time, we're gonna look into that. I've got, I guess, lines of credit through
Yeah.
like supply houses and whatnot. So
Yeah.
I'm making,
It helps a little bit, but let's say the supply houses don't always have that report back. Like it's usually an in-house until it
Yeah.
becomes
Yeah.
a larger thing. So yeah, look into a credit card. Chase is a really decent business credit card.
You know somebody, so
Yeah. It'll help boost you and just depending on and the problem is I don't know with HVAC like what they specialize in. Like where Chase just says, hey, your business will help you do this. A lot of local credit unions are more like machine. They like to finance machines, right? Like a physical, actual thing to help versus your business needs to grow in another type of a way. So, and business credit is very easy to develop and grow. And so by the time you're ready to buy your partner a truck, how many people do you guys intend to want to get to at some point?
I don't know. I'm honestly conflicted on that. Because as I mentioned before, I'm trying to keep costs down,
Sure.
but I want to help people. Like, okay, well, I can help a lot of people, but I need more people to do that. But then I got to raise prices, so I don't know how. I don't know. We're working actually with another company, the only other company that I can even find that does this. And he is national. He flies all over the United States to do this, and it's just a few guys. But he's charging $3,600 a visit. Um, I, I don't know. We've got a lot of options, I think, right now, actually, on what direction we want to go. That's kind of where I'm at. I feel like we're kind of in a crossroad, honestly, on how we want to go about doing this. We can focus just on HVAC and make just money doing furnace and AC as installs
Sure.
constantly if we really wanted to. We don't want to do that. We don't want the air quality side, but like I said before, it's kind of a niche thing. I don't know.
No,
I don't know.
This is very fun for me because of how frustrating it is. It's going to be successful because HVAC is just one of those kind of almost guarantees, right? You're either A, you're going to burn yourself out and say, I want to go back and work for somebody, or it's just going to be very successful.
Yeah.
You have all the options, and this is great for our viewership in the sense of you don't have a good solid business plan. I'm just gonna be honest with you, right? Like, hey, we're not sure where we're headed. Grow it along the way, let it become a natural growth. The biggest key is just get started, right? I mean,
Yeah.
hey, we know that
That's
it does this.
yeah.
Let's just get out there and make it happen. I tell this to people in real estate all the time. Oh, what's the number one thing? Just go fucking do it, right? Like, I had this conversation with a kid. A kid does direct mail. That's what he does for a living. And I'm like, you're making people so much money. You have the access tools to get it for cost. Like you could just be doing this and making side money until it becomes something. Like, well, yeah. And so just stop being afraid and just go take the jump and go do it.
Yeah.
It'll naturally build itself, right? You're gonna say, "Hey, I hated doing that," right? I, we talked about it earlier. I have a very, very large opportunity in my life, huge emotional high, everything. Yeah, let's go for this. The next 2 days now, like I had to be honest with myself. Like I actually kind of enjoy my life. I'm not sure I want to go back into that grind. Yes, money, this, that, but like there's a lot of work and a lot of things. And so it's like, all right, my business might have to change. I might have to get a management company, somebody to do like the sides of things that I don't want to take care of, right? Now, will that become me hiring a manager and having them teaching them? So I'll work for X amount of months until I feel like they're trained enough, or will that be hire a management company that's already done and has their thing set? That's something I have to figure out because I know I don't want to be the person that gets the million. How big it is to be a million phone calls, right? Like it's just going to happen, and structuring it and figuring out, hey, this is what I want to do. So, um, do I want to give up a unit for an on-site person? There's just so much to it, right? So, everything that you do in your business will change the direction of your
Yeah.
business. You have a guy that's doing national, so the only thing he can teach you is how to do national things, right? You want to make it a small scale thing, great. Figure out that, right?
One of the problems John's going to have here is the entire money thing, because that's what Dawn struggles the most with here. I'll tell her, every 3 months we should be talking about pricing.
Mhm.
And she gets pissed at me because she doesn't want to raise prices. She wants to make sure that you can walk in the door for $30 or $50 if you got a group. And she's allowed us to tailor some different packages. She's allowed us to, change prices on certain ones. But you can still walk in this door and pay $30 for one person or $50 for two, three, or four, and get the same service that you got the day this place opened. We're 7 years old now.
Yeah.
And John's going to run into that same thing. He's going to want to keep things affordable for people because he wants to help people.
Yep.
But at the same time, I mean, if you're scaling up, those conversations have to be had, and they're never fun. I mean, Dawn and I fight about it a lot. And I tell her all the time, listen, just because I want to talk pricing doesn't mean I want to raise the prices. That's not what it means. We need to talk about it to make sure that we're still competitive with what we're paying our employees and what we have to pay for supplies and all of the other costs that go into this. Because yeah, it's great. We have a $250 package where you get one of everything.
Yep.
But is it cost effective?
Yep.
Is that helping drive profitable sales, or is it, just helping somebody out because they get one of everything and they can just lose their shit?
Yep.
That's what's different though with my line of work is, like I said, I'm investing in the relationship. I'm it's not just about putting AC and furnace in someone's house. To me, it's more than that. And like service calls, like I probably break even, honestly. I might make a little bit, but I don't care. When we do that furnace or the AC install, or they're telling their mom and their mom's telling their mom and everybody else, that's where I'm gonna make money. So I don't have a problem not, making 10 grand a week or whatever. I don't, I just, it, I'm in for the long haul, I guess, not looking at this as a try to get rich quick scheme kind of thing.
And your service calls, they might change, right? Because one of the biggest things, you have a truck right now that is not going to be cheap to repair, right?
Right.
And as much as you say, oh, hey, it's a new truck, it's gonna do, everything gets old, just like a furnace, it's going to break down. Figure out the longevity of this thing, start saving for the next one, do the right things, right? And the biggest key will be figuring out that money aspect of things, right? And because I mean, trust me, everything fucking breaks. So it's not, even the human body breaks down. So
We still do pretty good.
Yeah.
Like I said, we're still, I mean, thousands below. I don't care who it is, honestly. I'll beat them.
I'll cut the with you.
Or let me rephrase that. If they can beat me, I'll see you next week.
That's right.
Like there's, and I've talked to people that say, oh yeah, they put my furnace in for $3,500. I was like, okay, well, I'll be back up here in about 45 minutes, and we're gonna go over all the stuff that I find wrong with it. And sure as shit, I've just seen some stuff that is just unbelievable. Like, yeah, you can put a furnace in for $3,500, but I mean, and I even asked them, I was like, how long did it take them to do this? Oh, they were here in like 4 hours. I'm like, holy shit. It's like that is it might take me maybe 8 hours, I guess, to do a furnace, maybe around there, close to that, depends on the install, I guess. But still, 4 hours is just crazy fast.
Yeah.
So I don't know. Like I said, we still make money. But the problem is the biggest issue for me isn't the money, it's how hard I have to work to get that money. Because some other guy come out here and do 4 hours of work and make twice the amount of money that I just did, and I work my ass off a week. So like honestly, this week I probably made, I don't know about profit necessarily, but right around, actually probably was about profit, $8,000 to $10,000 this week. But I worked my absolute nuts off this week. I'm tired of shit. I'm exhausted.
Yeah.
I'm up at night all night.
How many hours do you have into work this week?
Oh,
like with
shit.
everything combined?
Hell, I don't know.
Are we starting the week on Sunday?
Yeah, Sunday,
yeah.
Sunday to
Sunday to
This is
Saturday?
last week Sunday to this week Sunday.
This is
I mean, are you?
10 hours a day, 70
Oh,
hours
that's it. Oh, I say
at least.
No, sorry.
I'm-
I was. I mean, you say you're staying up at night, which that counts as
Yeah.
working on the business. I guess I assume like 17-hour days. So, but,
Oh no, I'm not.
No.
I have to sleep a little bit.
Yeah.
Oh
no, let's say
I don't know.
So 10-hour
honestly,
days,
it's
right? I mean,
at least.
so
Yeah.
70. So 8,000 divided by 70 hours, right, is $114 an hour, which is
Yeah,
pretty
actually
decent,
good.
right?
Yeah.
But now we have to take it's $114 an hour what you're making. But now that's not a true, like that's what everybody's going to think is it's
Yeah.
114. But you have a car payment, right?
Yep.
You have are you
Insurance.
are you paying? Yeah, you have insurance on your company. You have liability, right? You have car insurance on the vehicle.
Mhm.
You have all of these other bills. So at the end of the day, after all of that, you probably only made $20 an hour,
Yeah.
right? Like
Mhm.
theoretically. And then people are gonna be like, "Oh, it's bullshit. He made 140." No, like between the insurance that you have to have for a company, between the insurance that you have to have on your vehicle, between the insurance that you have to have on the business itself,
Yeah, workman's comp.
yeah, like all of this
Yeah.
stuff. Yeah, the guy probably made $20 an hour, right? And you could have stayed working for somebody for 34, right? Like, it's just, but eventually it'll come. And so, as you said, it's not about the money, but if depending on the growth and what you want to happen, and that, hey, to get an HVAC tech, it's $34 an hour because the rough cost, or sure you can start them out at 25. Eventually,
Yeah.
they will want paid, right? So,
Well, that's what's going to be different with us. Unfortunately, is I'm not going to get someone that's $20 an hour. Like I want senior techs. I want the work that we do. If we go out, it's that because that's what drives costs down. Is we don't have callbacks.
Mhm.
I'm not saying we don't make mistakes. I will happily go back. We messed up a while back. I went back and I worked 7 hours by myself, and that's an hour trip up north. No problem at all whatsoever. No charge. We're gonna fix it. We've got workmanship warranties for that. If we mess up, we're going to fix it. It's covered. Period.
well, say, and that's your choice. You're already saying, hey, senior techs versus,
Right.
because otherwise you're going to be paying a person to ride along with you. They're going to be doing everything step by step until you've trained them the way that you want, and they become a senior tech, right?
Right.
Because I look at it and say, man, that's what I want. I want this person that is hungry, wants to actually work, and they're going to work that 7. Sure. In the field, you probably worked, let's call it 40, you worked at home for 30, but 40 hours of physical, hey, you're going to learn that. They don't have to learn the book stuff. That sucks for you. That's the hardest part of
Yeah.
You're one of two types of business, right? Like you're the guy that loves to sit there and do the numbers aspect, or you're the guy that likes to be out and doing the work because you My brain says if I physically turn a wrench, I've made money. The paperwork, it just sucks doing it, right? But David, he's like, I want to do the fucking work. I know that if I watch somebody clean floors, I've made money, right? And my brain just doesn't work that way. So,
Well, and a lot of that watching somebody else clean the floors here
yeah,
came from Dawn didn't want to ask anybody to do anything she wasn't willing to do. So she wanted to go and clean rooms. And I still clean rooms. And it's fine for me to do it. But I kept telling Dawn, and Mike had this conversation with her several times. Listen, you're the owner of the company. You need to be in front of every person. You can't be back there cleaning a room when you could be seeing how their session went and telling them goodbye and all of that shit. Especially if we have other people that are doing safety. So let's say I do safety. And Dawn hasn't interacted with these people. She needs to be up there interacting with them. Because if she
see
doesn't,
if David can get it first try. Oh, TikTok. We're getting
look at me. I'm getting good. It's not on my phone. That's why. But you have to be in front of those people. And one of the things that, because we've had people ask us about franchising.
Yeah.
And you and I have had this conversation a lot. That's our name.
Yep.
I trust somebody on our name. John hires somebody and sends them out. That's his name. Yep. Everything they do is a reflection on him, and it doesn't matter if they're great at it or shitty at it. It's a reflection on him.
Well, that's why everybody asks why I don't partner and why I don't. My t-shirt company was making great money. Why I don't trust other people.
Right.
Plain and simple. So I will tell you till I'm blue. I just don't trust that your quality is going to meet my standard. No one is going to work as hard as I do. And everybody on TikTok or whatever, oh, you're fat, you don't fucking work. No, like when I do something, I do it to the best of my ability.
I have to answer a viewer question.
Yeah, what's up?
Hi, Phoenix. It's been a while. It's nice to see you. We are drinking water tonight because Mr. David got very, very drunk last night. And as you know, your uncle's losing weight, so
attempting to.
Say,
who knows how well that.
And John has water too, because he's driving.
Say he's working. Yeah. So now you guys, so your leads, what are you doing for marketing?
What?
What are you guys doing for marketing? It's this.
I hope I'm gonna have a logo on my truck soon. I've got a website.
You got a website, okay?
And word of mouth.
And word of mouth.
Yeah,
Strictly word of mouth.
So actually, so the mold company that we work with, it's a lot of it is from her, honestly. We get a lot of work from her, so she's out testing for mold. Then she'll see issues. I mean, and really, if you've got mold in the house, it's going to be in the HVAC side of things, really. So that's when, at some point in that mix between her and the remediation company, I'll come in and say, this needs to be looked at. This is, half these issues we look at, you have mold in the house because of the system. It's not set right properly. There's 100 things I can go on, but that's when we come out and look at that on that side of things, and we kind of meet in the middle. So really, the marketing, I'm kind of at a point now where I think we're gonna start printing out signs, and we're just gonna stick those all over hell and back.
That's what a buddy of mine did. He owns Little Heating and Cooling.
Little, yeah, Jordan Little.
Yeah, Jordan, so, right, and he was paying people. It was great. He's not. I actually just took a photo because he's on a city bus, which is fucking hilarious. And I was like, but he to grow, he literally put signs everywhere, and he's like, all right, if you find my sign, send me a picture. I'll Venmo you $10.
Nice.
Right, as long as you tag me on Facebook or whatever, and once you found Division and 44th, that one's nobody else gets $10 for it, right? First one to find the sign and the location. So I always told him, I was like, I don't really care. Like pulling off the highway, I was like, how the fuck is there one like in the like the middle of the off ramp type thing or whatever? And it's like, how the hell do you even get in there, right? And somebody had to have moved it or something. He's like, oh, I think it was on the other side, and I was like, and just all over. And now I just actually, it's so funny because I don't look for him, but I just find him. I was at the baseball park. Yeah, because I was at my daughter's doing soccer or whatever, and I was at the baseball park taking a meeting today, and he's on the outfield with his banner just in the outfield, and I was like, this dude is literally, he is marketing. So yeah, it's just kind of funny. So it works, right?
Yeah,
Just
absolutely.
growing like crazy.
I slap our stickers everywhere.
Oh gosh, yes. That's wear the shirts,
Yeah.
things like that. So
I'm almost always in a break room shirt.
yeah, I just got E&L things for
Yeah.
shirts, so I'm gonna make some of those. But yeah, make some bandit signs, get them out there and you know, the thing is your wording's gonna have to say, right? Air quality and um, market yourself in the right way, not
Yeah,
just
that's what like I said, we're getting logos on the truck, I think next week actually. And that was what was really difficult is everybody does air quality. Everyone
Yep.
says they do air quality, that no one does air quality as far as I'm concerned. Like I do air quality. So it's hard to market that in a way. So literally on our truck, I think it says advanced air quality, diagnosing and solutions or something. I can't remember the exact wording, but it's really hard to market something that is, um, as far as I'm concerned, polluted
right.
with that verbiage. You know,
Mhm.
other guys say, yeah, we do air quality. Okay, well, they're gonna put this device in your furnace that costs us $200. They're gonna charge you $650 for it, even though I can wire it in there in 30 minutes and be completely done.
Oh,
And it's gonna make your house air quality to be perfect. It's just not how, one that
the purple little laser thing or whatever.
half that shit doesn't even work. I've done a lot of research on that. Look up Boeing. Boeing has done research on this with 6 times the amount of ionization that you're going to have in a residential setting. And there's a giant lawsuit on, I think it's GPS or GSP or something. I can't remember the name of the company,
I'll
but
make fun of my buddy because he won't listen to this and I don't really care. Um, he got sold on that stuff, and so he's got like, you know, oh, I got a air thing in my vent system, and I was like, fucking joke, $23,000 for the job
Do I know the buddy?
you've probably met him.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
that's right. Yeah, I was like, geez,
yeah.
my guy could have done it for way cheaper, right? And it was just, no, no, so now we know the air quality is good, and I was like,
Yeah.
But do you?
a light's not gonna. He showed me dust, and I was like, but I can show you dust,
Yeah.
right? Like,
So that's where we're at. Is like if we are going to introduce
yep.
a product like that, I actually test this equipment on my own home. I've got people that will test mold. There's ways that we want to prove what I'm selling. I'm really not trying to just sell a bunch of shit to people. It's I want proven facts and data. And even with the chemicals that we use, if we're doing like a cleaning on your home, it's food grade, biodegradable. Like I've done a lot of research on air quality. This is not everything from ground up. You know, if
Mhm.
we're drilling a hole outside, we've got air scrubbers in the house. We're trying to keep particulate matter down. Everything that we do today, we just did a job today. We took our shoes off outside because she didn't want the outdoor mold outside inside the house. That's
Mm.
how sensitive they are to it. So we took our shoes off outside and had separate shoes just for the
Inside the
inside.
house.
And I bought a $500 HEPA vacuum to clean up after ourselves. And while we have our like I said, everything that we do is at a whole other level that whether air quality, when everyone says air quality, it's just not the same. I do air quality. So
I'm saying yours might be a video, right? I mean, that's gonna
that's
happen.
kind of what we're thinking,
Yeah.
something like that. I can post on the website or something, but
Yep.
it's just trying to get people on a few different factors is okay, well, what the hell is air quality? Do I need it? How important is it? There's a lot of other questions that we need to answer that I feel are a little bit more important than just saying we do air quality. I want to educate people. And sometimes I go out and I don't even sell anything. Like everything looks fine. You don't need equipment here. You don't need anything. Everything looks fine. Everything's good. Maybe, run your furnace or you run your fan on your furnace 24/7. You can keep that air circulation. That's all you got to do. Stuff like that. So it's not always even about selling stuff. It's just going in and testing and giving people peace of mind. And even our air quality testing, it's like $100.
Yeah.
The 100 an hour is what it is, but I'm usually done in about 2 hours. So I mean, sometimes I go into the third hour if we've got 5,000 square foot houses and they've got a lot of different issues. Might take a little bit longer, but 100 to $300. We do radon testing and mitigation as well. That's another $100 for a test. Some of these guys are charging $300 to $500
Oh yeah.
for a 2-day test. We do a 2 to 3 week test for $100. Because guess what? I put it out there and I go beep and I'm done and I walk out
Yeah.
and I come back, go beep and I'm done and it spits out a whole report. I don't get why people are charging $500 to do some of
Because
this
they
stuff.
Because
can.
they have to
Yeah,
drive.
exactly.
And yeah,
But it's radon, it's
Yeah.
they I don't know.
you
like I
guys
said,
you
I
guys
just
install the radon.
yeah, we do mitigation as well. Yeah.
Nice. All right.
Yeah.
People don't know. I mean, they have no idea what it's supposed to cost or what goes
Right.
into it. They just take somebody's word for it.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And that's what we're trying to do. Like I said, we're trying to educate everyone. It's not even about selling everything. It's doing what I feel is right. And when I go home, well, if I actually could sleep, I would sleep well at night. But I'm thinking about the business stuff,
Yeah.
so my brain's always going. But I feel good, when I go to bed. I don't have a job that I leave and I'm at home like, man, I just fucked that up, or something like that. It's like I know when I leave here, these people are taken care of, and I wasn't a scumbag in the
Mhm.
process.
No, and that's huge. All right, so we're working on our market. We're working on growing this business like crazy. Um, what are your what are your issues that you're having currently for growth?
Can we get into some of the Google issues?
Google,
Yeah,
would I had
Google.
to restart it?
several times because
It's such a pain.
I think that's important for people to
Yeah,
understand that it's not always just easy to get out there and get found because
yeah.
uh, my daughter and wife have done multiple reviews for John's company because Google has shut his company down many times. Yeah,
Okay.
So Google, I don't even know where to even start. Hell, when I first made a Google profile, business profile, um, I put my own address I think is what started it. So I put my own home address because I want people to know, kind of where the hell I am, I guess. I guess it made sense in my mind. But because it's Google, which is Google Maps as well,
Yep. You're not in a business.
they want a location that people can drive to do business,
Mhm.
not your home. Um, so they shut it down because of that. Then they wanted like logos or stickers or something on my house and take pictures of that, or on my truck van, or my truck van. Holy cow, I'm tired. On my van. Um, they shut it down again because I said that I was open 24/7. They said you can't do that. You have to have 7 to 5 or 9 to 5 or something like that. So they shut it down again. Um, And ultimately, after I already had reviews, they were like, yeah, you can transfer these to a new account, but you're going to have to make a new account. Um, so I made a new account and none of that was transferred over. So I had to start all over for a third time. Um, yeah, they just have all these. I honestly can't remember. They have all these stipulations, and if you don't meet every single one of them, then they're just gonna lock the account out. And you have so many tries, and you're not gonna get a hold of a person at Google. No one's gonna
yeah,
talk to you. No one gives a shit about this. And that's where I actually was able to find someone that was like had like an in to talk to Google somehow. And he was exactly right. Like they don't care if you've been in business for a week or 20 years. They will shut you down in a heartbeat if you don't abide by their bylaws that they've
Yeah.
created. And some of it I honestly I completely understand some of it and agree with, I guess, to some extent, but some of it's just ridiculous too, like I said, and there's just no way to reverse it.
yeah.
You can type up an email and say, hey, this is what's going on. I'm a legit business. I am in business right now. I have a website. I've got customers. I've already got reviews. Cool. Well, it sucks.
Yep.
Beep. They don't care. So
So yeah, you need to find somebody you found somebody that's Google
I had to make a whole new
savvy.
account.
Okay.
Yeah. So after they told me all the stuff, after we actually were able to talk to someone from Google, they explained, well, this is why, this is why, this is why. But
Mhm.
they don't tell you that when they email you back.
Never.
It's an automated, like, oh, well, it sucks. Yeah, you're something about this doesn't meet our standards and you're gone. That's literally what it was. I
Yeah.
had no idea why I was even being I forget how they worded it. It sounded crappy. Like you're deceiving people. That's what it said.
Sure.
There's something about your business is deceptive, and I'm like, what the hell? Like,
Yeah.
okay. Um, so that's why they shut it down. But yeah, I think the third time finally got it going, and it's been fine since. But I don't have a location, and that's what really sucks because you can type in HVAC, and the people that are up top are the people that are paying
Yeah.
$4,000 a week for to be up on top. But those are the guys that are charging 18 grand for an install.
Huh?
So it's just Google is very
Money driven.
money driven
Yeah.
and overpopulated. I don't know if that's the exact word for it, but um, it's just really hard to find someone like me, I guess.
Without word of mouth, yeah.
Yeah, exactly. So like kind of what we were saying, like the marketing, like yeah, I think the signs are probably the best bet, but I'm not that interested in, I guess, in marketing online necessarily. I've done web designing. I've built our website. I've done SEO and stuff like that. It's still only going to help so much, without pouring a ton of money into it. So I'm trying to maybe not do that, find other ways. But so far, like I said, word of mouth has been pretty good for us so far. Um, and like I said, with the mold company that we've been working with, she was actually an original customer of mine at this previous company.
Sure.
I helped her out, and 3 years later, she asked for me by name, and I went out and told her, I was like, "Oh, hey, guess what? I got this new business." She's like, "You should have told me this
Yeah.
when you started it," because she's looking for someone like me that does HVAC and air quality.
Yes.
And she's a building biologist, so she's
Nice.
she's like, I've been looking for someone like you for so long, and it was just like that. I mean, it was like overnight. We just kind of took off a bit.
Sure.
We're not like screaming or anything, but
Yeah.
we're at least getting consistent work, and I think that's what's important. We can build off of that.
Mhm.
Yep.
But before that, like I said, this was kind of a niche thing, and I just really I approached it the wrong way. I was looking for individual people, I guess, posting on Facebook and stuff like that.
Mhm.
That's just again, people don't know what air quality is
Right.
or how important it is. So with the clientele that she's already got, by the time I get there, like I'm already sold.
They're already
Like they already
educated,
know.
yeah.
They've already been talked up by her. Um, we already come highly recommended. Like I literally go in and I can show them the numbers and like, yeah, whatever you want to do, just do it.
Mhm.
But we're having health issues. We need this fixed. Um, and it's not always people going to the hospital and stuff like that. Like I said, people just think, hey, I'm just getting old, I'm tired and stuff like that. I've got headaches, brain fog. It doesn't have to be, you know, something super extreme.
Sure.
So yeah.
So now, are you struggling? You're tired right now. Are you struggling to keep up, or are you guys just at a decent pace where you'll be fine for a long time?
I don't struggle to keep up, but I'm sore as shit.
Yeah.
I don't want to say this. I'm not trying to. I turned 40 tomorrow.
Happy birthday!
Yeah, thanks. Uh,
Oh, you're an old fuck.
Lordy,
Yeah.
lordy, look who's 40.
I'm not. I know I'm not that old, but I'm not sure as hell not 20 anymore.
Yeah.
So,
Oh, I get it. Trust me.
the work that we do, like that's what's different. When I say I work 10 hours in a day, like I'm not flipping burgers. Like this is like
You're not putting in a
absolute-
10-hour day like what I do.
Well, it's
Yeah.
fine.
On a
It's just,
computer.
This is heavy. I'm lifting furnaces or your ERVs, what we did today. It is heavy work. We're moving stuff up and down stairs constantly. And it's just,
and the problem is you have to be small to do it.
Yeah.
Right? Because this little fucker has to fit into these tight spaces.
Yeah.
I can't be an HVAC guy.
Yeah.
I don't fit in 90% of the fucking.
yeah. Well, there's places I don't want to fit. It's
Right.
like, damn it, I can't fit in there. So, okay.
We'll find a new route.
Yeah.
That's,
Right.
yeah. Yeah. Say, I'm going to run a duct. Now, if I ran, all mine would be exterior duct work. And I say, nah, I'm going to take the easy route. Thanks.
Yeah.
So, anything else that you want to hit on? Anything else
I
you
don't-
want
I
to tell
don't
us
think
about
so.
your company?
How can people get in contact with you? So obviously you service at this point West Michigan.
Mhm.
Okay.
How can people get in contact with you?
You can look on our website,
What's that website?
breatheasymi.com. So it's all spelled out. Breathe is spelled B-R-E-A-T-H-T. Oh my God, I can't even. B-R-E-A-T-H-E. Then easy, all spelled out. E-S-Y. M-I.com.
Okay.
Or you can shoot me a text, give me a call. I don't care. 616-490-8358. You can schedule right on the website if you want. Got questions, concerns? I mean, literally anything. I'm an open book. Whatever you guys need, I'm here to help any way that I can. And if I can't help, I can at least try to point you in the right direction.
Yeah, mini split.
Okay.
It's not in West Michigan though.
That's fine.
All right. So, guys, I hope this was informative to you and get you to take your business and figure out, hey, I can do this by myself and grow something. As always, like, subscribe, share, tell your friends, tell your family. We appreciate you listening to us. Thanks, City of Byron Center, for the tap water.
Yeah, I had Primo water downstairs.
Yeah, so jug water.
Yeah, hoity-toity over
I got to
there.
get one of those for the cabin.
It's not bad.
I don't do well water.
I do.
Do you?
Yeah, I like well water.
Oh,
Well,
You like city water?
I do.
I
You know
don't.
what crap is in?
Yeah.
You know why I have a business with water filtration?
You say if
Look-
if Dasani made a filter,
Mhm.
I would gladly get one. But otherwise, like, I love the City of Wyoming's water. Like Jenison, they have great water. Yeah.
Look at the county water testing.
Yeah.
All that's public. There is PFAS in the water.
Mhm.
It's not enough for them to say, yeah, we got to get rid of this PFAS. But there's PFAS, there's chlorine, there's fluoride, there's all these chemicals they put in. It's like, oh yeah, I want chlorine in my body. Like no one says that.
Right.
David does when he comes to the pool.
I do say that then. Yeah.
Yeah. So.
I can't wait for pool time, but I'm for a month I can't do nothing.
Okay.
Fresh ink.
Oh, nice. So I won't be open for at least a month. So you don't have to worry about that. But thanks for joining us. We'll get you home so you can get some sleep, hopefully.
If you guys got ideas for shows, please hit us up. If you have interesting things to talk about, we're happy to have you on. If you want to talk about your debt, we're always happy to do that.
Absolutely.
We'll be back maybe next week with one. I know we're if you want to see us out in public and get some merch, we'll be at the Granville Market next Thursday.
Yes, we will.
Come see us. Otherwise, thanks for joining, everybody. We'll talk to you again soon.
You've dialed in.
To Box and Brews, you might hear something
You can use.
like tips on your cash or tips on the suds.
You're gonna want to
The
use.
smarts of these stuff.
Because they know the
And
brews.
they know the box, and they know they can't help the stubborn fucks.
So listen up, because shit's not funny.
Save yourself some
Beer money. Bucks.
and brews.
Bucks and
Bucks
brews.
and brews.
Brews.
Bucks and brews.